In this session, we're going to install Anaconda, which is a popular open source distribution of Python and R programming languages designed for data science, machine learning, deep learning, and large scale data processing. It comes with a package manager called Conda, which includes a wide variety of pre-installed libraries and tools that are essential for data analysis and scientific computing. Here I have Anaconda website open, and all we need to do here, just go to this free download link, and here it asks you to provide email to download, or you can just skip the registration. And after that, you insert the download page. And if you're a Windows user like me, you can just download by click on this link, or you can also download it for Mac and Linux. So I just click on the download and I download the installer, and the package is downloaded. And to install it, just double click on this. You can also find it in your download folder. Okay, so this is the installer. You can just click next here. This is the agreement. You have no choice to agree. And install it just for me. And give it an address here. Where do you want to install it? And yeah, just leave it as default and just go to install. Now it says setup was completed successfully, and we can just go next. And here we just press next. Anaconda successfully installed, and we can just press finish. Okay, so we close this, close this. It's going to initialize and open Anaconda for us. Great. All right, to launch the Anaconda Navigator, we just go to Start menu and just look for it here, or just type it, Anaconda Navigator. And as you can see, we have Anaconda prompt, Anaconda PowerShell. We talk about this later. And now to launch it, we just click on this. All right, so after the navigator is launched, you will be welcomed with all of these tools. Some of them are installed, some of them are not. And for example, this is a PyCharm IDE. IDE stands for Integrated Development Environment. And it's an environment for programmers to write their codes. And we have also Jupyter Lab and Notebook. There are other tools that, for example, RStudio and Spider, that probably you will be using later. But in this course, we will be using Jupyter Lab. So to launch it, you just click on this. And it opens the browser and starts the Jupyter Lab. Okay, so this is the environment that we will be using mostly. And as you can see, it's already installed Python 3 for us. We also have access to console. We can open terminal here. And okay, so this is the very simple GUI or graphic user interface that very intuitive and easy to use. For example, if I want to create a new folder and start my project there, I can just click on this. Let's just call it programming programming 1. Now I have this folder and I can start creating files. Okay, so now let's launch Python Okay, so this is the Python environment. The name is already by default untitled, and you can just right click on that and rename it to any name you want it to be. So let's just call it session 1, for example. Okay, so here we have this cell. These cells are places that we can write the code and then press run to execute the code. All right, this is our cell, and we can start writing code now. Okay, so now we are in Anaconda. Let's just write very simple hello world code and test to see everything is running and we have no issues. Okay, so we enter the cell and we type Python code or commands here. So let's just start with very simple print command, and we type print parenthesis open quotation marks, and we just type hello world. Okay, so the code is finished, and if I want to execute it, I just press run, and as you can see, this is the output of the code. So I accidentally click here and open some cells. You can just delete them and go back up. And if you want to add a new cell, you can click here, or you can continue writing below the same cell you've been writing the code. So for example, if I just type another print goodbye, okay, then if I go back up and run again, you can see that it runs in the same cell as well. But if you want to separate things, you can just continue writing in different cells. Okay, so the order of execution is also important. So make sure this cell, for example, doesn't have any dependency to this cell. So, and if you don't run this one and this one has dependencies, it's going to give you an error. And I just show you an example what I mean by that. If I put a equal 5 and just go down here and just say print, for example, a, and I just run this cell, I'm gonna get an error that a is not defined. I actually defined it here, but it says the a is not defined because I did not execute this line of code. All I need to do is to go back up, run it, and go back down here again, and now it's defined and print number 5. Okay, so you can also move these things around, or as I said, you can just run in one cell and just run it. So after this lesson, we're going to start learning about variables and the data type and data structure.